Okay, so server issues hopefully are no more. So recording has begun again. Let's keep going. Let me know if it starts crapping out again. Refreshing gave you the 1080. Yeah, for some reason, so I'm partnered with Twitch, so I do get I always get the quality controls or whatever, the transcoders. When you first launch the stream, it defaults to like 720 or something like that and won't even have the 1080 option for like a couple minutes, and then you should be able to reload and get them after those few minutes. Yeah, like probably watched out. It's kind of weird, but did we already get the quarry there? I thought we did. Oh, this is the one that bugged. Yeah, usually when you get these, it takes them off the map. That one bugged last week. It's working now. Okay. Man, I was really worried that we were gonna have to stop the stream. I was already thinking like, man, can I stream again later? The servers are better. But thank you by the way, R Squared, for letting me know about the Texas server being stable. Ah! Whoa! That's a big spider. Yeah, guys, you don't need to group up like that. Just that is a big spider. Way better now. I don't have the Sharpie beard. Excuse me, did someone just hit me? What is this? What is that little thing? Entire parties, but Spider Master's party. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So. All right, let's go do a rift. That'll be a really good test of this server. Frig Twitch servers. It's the first rift of today. Right, you just be spamming this button. It's a very interesting mechanic walking around pressing V over and over. Let's go on free water. Welcome in. Just in time to have hopefully missed all the technical issues with Twitch. I just need a spitter. Oh god. Where are you? So let's dispel that one from spawning, I guess. We'll just deal with whatever else pops up. Chain move is pretty cool. Are we winning? We were losing the battle against Twitch servers, but now it seems like we're winning. Doing stuff. I thought I was gonna have to stop streaming. So how was that? Now that we've done like a big flashy fight.
This is a nice change from Skyhold.
Seem about normal for this game now, I hope. Never use the chain. You play this again, you have to use it. It's so good against those despair demons. I hate those freaking things because when you charge them, they immediately just start hopping and teleporting backwards, and you just keep pulling them with a chain or alternate between chain and charge. When did this game come out? This is about 7 years old. And Origin is what, 11 years old or something like that? Yeah, I think this one's... this one's 2014, I want to say. Something like that. I think this one's around 7. I think Origin maybe 11 or 12. Wide shadow. I camped beneath a large stone statue of a wolf not far off the road. With the calm eyes of the great beast watching over me, I slept like a babe in arms. So, yeah, the original one was much more tactics-based. You can still do that with this one, but they've intentionally made it more action combat, more like MMO combat. But you still control a party of 4. You can still zoom out and issue orders to your party members and change how their AI works. But it's been simplified a bit, for better or worse. Also, the game itself is much larger, much more open, lots more side quests, things like that. Yeah, let me know if it's still screwing up, because if it is, I'm just going to have to wait until later and come back onto the stream, because there's really not much I can do. Dragon Age Origins, it wasn't that long ago, just 2009, so a couple, oh my god! Yeah, that was 12 years ago. It's looking good now? Okay, thank you. I like how the places change like this once you, liberate them or whatever. Wide shadow instead of whites. Something. Things you shouldn't tell your wife for 100. I think this is like a area one, right? So much like the Inquisition, Corypheus has invested great time and effort building a trusted inner circle. Samson is a former Templar, a lyrium addict, and now the leader of the Red Templar. Cullen knows Samson well and believes intercept. Okay, so he's gonna be in this area somewhere, this large purple area. Does this shadow make me look fat? No. Lyrium smugglers. Man, we are just blasting through these guys. We're kind of over leveled for this area now. Oh, I don't know who just hit him for 1,800 damage, but... Letter to smugglers, wagon masters. Among the papers taken from the Red Lyrium smugglers in the Dales is a note from the ringleader to his lieutenants. Beware that Red Lyrium. Our mage claims it's much more potent than the blue, like serving brandy in an ale tankard, he said. 2 nights later, he went crazy, frothing and screaming. We had to lock him in the warehouse. Looks like Lyrium madness comes on faster. It's not all bad. Our new client, Samson, has his agents buying anyone who gets sick for gold. When they bought the mage, I asked why. Samson's people said, to make something better of him. For what they're paying, he must have something bloody spectacular lined up. Have the men be extra careful around the crates. Tell me if any come down sick. Keep the Y to yourselves. Quartermain, thank you for the follow, Quarter. Appreciate it.
Another letter mentioning Samson. And papers with names. Cullen could use this.
So for anyone that's new to the stream, for Dragon Age, on Wednesdays only, it's on follower only 1-day mode. We have some people that I've tried turning it off even like a few weeks ago and see how it does, but without fail, anytime I turn the follower only mode off on Wednesday, again, only for when your first Wednesday ever being in the stream, you can't type on that Wednesday. People just try to like spoil things right away. I don't know. Anyway, point is, thank you for being here. If you stay past today, you'll be able to type, but not today, unfortunately. I'm so glad we're actually on a Twitch server that's working. I was really worried. All right, another rift. I knew I was going to miss that thing. Whoops, targeted the wrong one.
I believe I sense one of the artifacts of my people.
All right, Solus does not have enough mana to dispel one of these from spawning, so one of those you'll use Solus Rise Party because he didn't know the person wasn't supposed to know. Oh, accidental spoilers. But then you have people that like come in and specifically try to ruin things. Can you not pull those, I guess? That was weird. We only had to use one potion though, so it went pretty well, but. Enhanced Toxic Cloud, we're not using that anyway. Tier 3 crafting rune. Alright. That was all of the rifts. Wait, have we gone to this Asterium? Let's find out. I like the Asteriums. I don't think we've done all the Asteriums in the zone, have we? Because once you do them, it unlocks an extra area. Let's go on Breeze, come in. Yeah, we played through the Mass Effect series blindly on stream about 3 years ago. If you want to watch those playthroughs, they're on the archive channels. They're not edited down. Stream quality was much worse back then, but if you do want to see a blind playthrough from this channel of it, it's on the second YouTube channel, which is !2ND in chat. If you're curious. Okay, so we haven't done this one. All right. Is that a horse? But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Kind of want to redo that. Yeah, it's been almost 3 years since I did the Mass Effect playthrough. Yeah. This summer will make 3 years, I believe. Like, actually, I think we started in May or June. Something like that. There we go. Let's go on Paladin. Yeah, it's been a long time. Equinor. Referred to as the Stallion in common parlance, constellation Equinor has historically been depicted either as a rearing horse or a seated griffin. Some scholars speculate that the constellation's original image was that of a hala, which could indicate a deliberate supplantation of the constellation's original representation as Gillanane, the elven goddess, also known as Mother of the Hala. However, sources had great significance to early Nerominian culture from which the ancient Imperium descended. Speculation is largely considered unfounded. Whoa, yeah, you're almost at 1100. Spectre, thank you for all those hours. Pallet, 1400. Thank you, Pallet. All right. Makes me wonder if we didn't hit these ones either. No, we have. That was the last one. So it revealed the cave. So this should have an epic item in it. This zone is like barely under our level, so this has potential to have a good item. Although we just crafted things that are pretty good. So that's why we're just butchering through things. Oh man, I forgot to check the treasure map during all that downtime.
The wards are working. It should be harder for tears to form here.
I think I saw the area. Well, we have to go up that. Soul is slightly approved. Yeah, I think we finished it in fall. We started it summer of 2018. The very first one, I believe, summer of 2018. I want to say it was May when we very first started it. But yeah. And we finished it that fall. Because at first we were only playing it once a week. Kind of like this, right? And then I think towards the end, I actually did something like 3 days a week. Or we started split streaming it. One of those things. I think the dates are on the videos too that I have up on there. Yeah, Mass Effect is getting a complete remaster, yep. Yep. I guess we just follow this crack. I thought it was on the hill, but apparently it's in the crack. Oh, let's take some fall damage. Cool. Oh, guard actually protects us fall damage. I don't know how I didn't notice that. But yeah, they're remaking Mass Effect. I'll definitely do another playthrough when that comes out. I really liked Mass Effect. Maybe I'll play it slightly different this time. Maybe we'll be jerks. We'll do a jerk playthrough. Their favorites? Yeah, it was really good. The playthrough was a lot of fun too, because like I said, I took it, like I did everything. I read all the things, kind of like we're doing with this, and then I also really thought out all the decisions, aside from how our ending went. So I didn't even know that was an option. I was just like talking about the other endings or the other options, and then yeah. Then we shot the kid. Darkspot and Sickle. We've actually already had one of those. I just sold one of those. It's kind of interesting. I think that's our first duplicate blue item. All right, let's see. Oh, we got two. An item level 14 unique staff. On a hit, heal 1% of maximum health. This looks like it's one of those blade staffs, so a melee staff. Yeah, this would have been awesome to have at level 12. Maul of Tacitus. Enhanced basic attacks. The end of the attack chain now knocks down enemies. Ooh, that's kind of nice. We have outgrown this, though. Save Ashley this time. You don't like Kaiden? Kaiden? Kaiden. Kaiden? Kaiden. Kaiden. You want me to save the xenophobic, racist Ashley? Probably want me to romance her, too. All right. Looks like this area up here is about all we have left. Save Ashley.
Dalish. They've been murdered.
Looks like they tried to fight back, but most were unarmed. Poor buggers. Never stood a chance.
There should be Inquisition soldiers here.
There's hidden items somewhere. We just come across these people. They're all murdered, butchered. We don't know where our soldiers are, and I'm like, oh, I think there's I think there's something nearby. Oh, this was one of the treasure maps, apparently. Frost Rune and a Sigil. Sigils have a bonus effect on it. Plus 50% barrier, but minus 50% health. No thanks. Saved Ashley because she was a higher ranking officer. New playthrough, which fixed that mistake. I do have to say though that Kaiden, it's Kaiden, right? Why can't I remember how they pronounce his name in it? Anyway, his character is really boring. He's one of the most plain characters. I mean, he has a few interesting things later on, especially like when you get into the further games, and his side stories are okay, but in general, he's just kind of a very plain character. They clearly don't need anymore. It's true. That's very true.
Impressive. Wish I could see it as it was.
Yeah, he's a super dull character. One person in the xenophobic universe develop a foreign alien threat. I guess you can frame it that way. Or you could also be xenophobic. You could do it that way if you wanted. Whew, it's so freaking hot in this room. I'm dying. All right. Another mini area. This is one of the areas we opened with the war table. So we actually had to spend some power to do this. Lynn, thank you for the subscription. Thank you for using the Twitch Prime here. Very much appreciated. You couldn't use it anywhere on Twitch. Last time I did a head count, there's 6 trillion live streams. More live streams than there are people on this planet. So, could have used it anywhere. Thank you for using it here. I haven't said that in a long time. I do appreciate it. Thank you. The Emerald Knights curse the past, the place where lies were born. For beneath their sun, our people fall. The lands their lady once bestowed, now stolen her name. So when these words are read, we shall be gone. It's favorite game? You've been lurking for a while? That's awesome, yeah. I'm really enjoying it so far, too. If you have missed any of it and you would like to catch up on our playthrough of it, and putting it up on the YouTube channel, if you didn't already know. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you for being here, and the lurk, and the Twitch Prime. Financially supports the stream, so much appreciated. The main thing we want to do in combat is anytime that we don't have guard or barrier, we need to use walking fortress. That's it. Other than that, we just attack. Game, book of comics. Can't wait for the 4th one. Oh man, I'm so glad they're redoing the 4th one. I'm guessing you heard, right? So for anyone that didn't hear, originally they were making Dragon Age 4 to be a pay-to-play, pay-per-service, actually, a subscription-based MMO. And apparently they scrapped that idea when Anthem failed. So as much as I don't want games to fail, it's a good thing that Anthem failed if it means that Dragon Age 4 is not going to be some, like, WoW-type game. Not there's anything wrong with WoW, necessarily, but it's just not Dragon Age. Oh, he already dead. It's like one of about 12 that's not placed in a hot tub.
Maybe we can figure out what they were
That's
on.
right. One part of some kind of ceramic Dalish seal.
Bridges' men had part of a seal. Do they even know what it opens?
Don't care. They want it, we get it first. And we shaft them all for killing people who couldn't fight back.
I'm gonna stare on this one. Garbage truck outside. The Anthem tech demo is still full price on the PS in store. This surprised me. Let's have plans to anniversary stream. Oh, hot tub stream. Yeah. Hunter Jester to one-shot the Countess. Can't remember. I think I take a Jester usually, yeah. It depends, though, a little bit on your roster and how comfortable you are with it. The Jester is safer, especially getting there. But, I mean, if you have a good Houndmaster, Houndmaster is probably going to be better on the Countess overall. Jester is better to get there. So it depends on which one you are more concerned about. Are you more concerned about the Countess, or are you more concerned about the way to the Countess? Right, so for me, when I have everything, I usually take a Jester. The Emerald Knights cry for the past, only there does glory dwell. For here, the bow was strung, the sword bequeathed, the vows sworn. So glory was born within the hearts of elves. So another thing about this zone I really enjoy is I like the scenery and stuff, like the foresty area. But I really like the history of the elves in this game.
They once patrolled the borders of the Dales, protecting the elven people. The Dalish saw them as romantic heroes. The Chantry called them ruthless butchers. I suspect both sides have some element of truth.
You have to one-shot or else you're gonna run out of weeks. Yeah, that's what we had to do on the girls run too. We just did that the previous stream, right? The Countess, where I had to one-shot her with the girls. But that one I just dodge cheese the whole thing. But if I'm just playing normally, I prefer taking a Jester. The other thing that's nice about the Jester is he's still going to help out a lot on the Countess, even if he gets the love letter, like the boil or whatever you want to call it, on him. Because he can just keep buffing people. So he's still providing damage into the boss by giving your team accuracy and crit. Whereas if your Houndmaster gets the love letter on him, you either, what are you gonna do? I guess you could just dodge tank with him while he has it on, but that's not gonna help you kill the Countess faster. It's just gonna... Why is it showing me this? Yes, I've been doing this the whole game. Thank you for the tutorial. 90 hours in.
There must be something here.
Going to doom themselves. They made anything other than a single player RPG. Would have worked in multiplayer. Yeah. I'm so glad it's changed. Let's go over and wonder how well DA4 is going to be done. Like I said, at least now they're going to make it. I'm betting it's going to be more similar to this game than it is Origin, which, I mean, that's just what I assume. But some people that's going to be a downside. Some it's going to be positive. I actually like this one fairly well. I understand the criticism of this one, but I like the gameplay. It's not as in-depth and strategy-based, obviously. Like, we're playing on the hardest difficulty, and I'm not having to use strategy very much in a lot of fights, even boss fights. The dragons I do, though, which dragon fights have been some of the most fun. I don't know. I like it overall. It's different, though. I'm thinking the fourth one's going to be much more similar to this than the first, or than to Origin. Sing for the past, where rests those who came before. For each night, a seed was sown, roots twisting with their brothers and sisters. So the forest grew, a reflection of our might. Also, Pineapple was telling me that they said that Dragon Age 4 is going to take place in Tevinter, which I think is pretty awesome. We've been in Orlais and Ferelden for friggin' ever. It'll be really interesting to go up into Tevinter. I guess that means we're going to see more of, like, the Qunari, for instance, and the Imperium, obviously. Should be really interesting. You can switch and control any of the 4 members, yet. And if you do that, the AI takes control of your main character, yet. The combat 2 was better. You hate no healing? Yeah, I kind of don't like that there's no healing also. Protect if they're going to bring in the last 3 heroes, get into. I guess canonically the one from the first game is dead, right? I don't want to know this one, obviously, what happens at the end of this one. I'm still blind to that. But we're using the canonical background for this one instead of importing from the keep. And they've referenced the hero of Ferelden from Origin that stopped the Blight several times. And they seem to reference them as being dead now and being a female elf. That's kind of interesting. Because I destroyed the world in the first one, yeah. A little bit. Just a little bit. Oh. That move is so awesome. Love that hook move. Canonically, no one knows what the first one is doing. That's weird because we've had some people comment in this one that seems to say like they're dead. I guess they don't plain come out and say in black and white, but it sounds like, or maybe they're just missing. Maybe that's what it's leaning to. But that's how I took it, that she's the female elf hero from Origin, the canonical hero, sacrificed herself to stop the archdemon. That's what it seems like when people talk about it, but a little bit dead, just kind of like a little bit pregnant. That's right. A living warden from Origin, though. Everyone in, she talks about how the warden is missing. That's interesting. Before the ages were named or numbered, our people were glorious and eternal and never changing. Like the great oak tree, they were constant in their traditions, strong in their roots and even reaching for the sky. They felt no need to rush when life was endless. They worshipped their gods for months at a time. Decisions came after decades of debate, and an introduction could last for years. From time to time, our ancestors would drift into centuries-long slumber. This was not death, for we know they wandered the fade in dreams. In those ages, our people called all the land Elvenon, which in the old language means place of our people. And at the center of the world stood the great city of Arlathan, a place of knowledge, debate, where the best of the ancient elves would go to trade knowledge, greet our old friends, and settle disputes that had gone on for millennia. But while our ancestors were caught up in the forever cycle of ages, drifting through life at what we today would consider an intolerable pace, the world outside the lush forest and ancient trees was changing. The humans first arrived from Parvalan to the north, called Shimlin, or Quicklings, by the ancients. The humans were pitiful creatures whose lives blinked by in an instant. When they first met the elves, the humans were brash and warlike, quick to anger and quicker to fight, with no patience for the unhurried pace of elven diplomacy. The humans brought worse things than war with them. Our ancestors proved susceptible to human diseases. For the first time in history, elves died of natural causes. What's more, those elves who spent time bartering and negotiating with humans found themselves aging, tainted by the humans' brash and impatient lives. Many believe the ancient gods had judged them unworthy of their long lives and cast them down among the quicklings. Our ancestors came to look upon the humans as parasites, which I understand is similar to the way the humans see our people in the cities. The ancient elves immediately moved to close Elvenon off from the humans, for fear that this quickening effect would crumble the civilization. Oh, there was a game similar settings where tactics required. Yes. He's talking about Divinity. I'm still blind to Divinity also. I'm going to play through it at some point. Specifically Original Sin 2. It's the one he's referencing. But yeah. I've only heard good things of those. I'm going to take a break from epically long story games. After I finish this one, we'll probably do a few weeks of something else, and then I'll have a vote up for the next story game. God, Sarah does so much damage. So I finished Divinity. Sarah's just wrecking stuff. Jesus. Pyromania Simulator. She was super good, but insanely long. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I feel like it'd be confusing to go back. Yeah. I've definitely had games where I don't go back to them because I feel like I'd have to start over, and the thought of starting over feels terrible. Baldur's Gate 3, yeah, it's in early access. It has the same developer as Divinity 2. We didn't go back into that little area there. wish you play it, but it'll blow up your laptop. Yeah. I haven't tried it out yet. I'm gonna wait. From what I've heard, it's probably oh, we can't go around that way apparently. That's just like scenery. What I heard, it's a good idea to wait. That in its current state, it's not fantastic. Can I go down there? No. I want to go down there though. It won't let me. All right. Let's turn that off. So we got 5 more emerald seals to go. Game looks like prettied up Divinity. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I remember when they released the gameplay trailer, I was like, holy crap. It was a good game, but still a lot of fun so far. Where was that? Oh, there it is. Okay. It's just a corpse. Does he have it? No. Okay. Must be down that way. I see the icon now. I still haven't played any Baldur's Gates, so I probably won't end up playing the 1 and 2. I know they're like these beloved games by a lot of people. I just never got around to playing them. It's tempting to go through them, even though they're well aged at this point before the 3rd one comes out, but I haven't decided. I have so many things I have to play. People you asked have said it feels too much like Divinity. Light Path. Yeah. I've been having fun getting back into Path of Exile. Next thing I'm gonna do on there is work on getting my my new character up to around 80, and then do his final lab, hopefully. I still haven't found, it's the first of the, are they always in the same order on your chart? If so, I have 2 through 6. I've not found the number 1 on the final labs. That's it. The Emerald Knights, forget not the past. It is all that remains. For each night, a seed was sown, roots twisting with their brothers and sisters. So the forest remains a reflection of our sorrow. Just do land parties with friends on Baldur's Gate 2. It's less fun doing it as a rented server. Yeah. Instead of having everyone crammed in a room. Alright, that must be up there. I actually watched a video yesterday, I don't know why, stuff about the most expensive item ever crafted in Path of Exile. And apparently it was worth, or it's probably worth more, but the amount of resources that went into crafting it was 86 mirrors worth of resources. It's really insane. It was a bow. Probably know about it. You know a lot more about Path of Exile than I do. Yeah, I know they're shared between all the characters. I just don't have the final. I don't have number 1 of the 6. Get that? Yeah. I'll probably wait till, I don't know how strong he needs to be to do it. People ask you about Solasa, Crown of the Magister. I don't know. I don't recognize the name, but maybe. Neat, tight script reserves a final epitaph for the fallen. Fire stirred ever an impatient heart, but she would not be moved. Siona. Falandin Anasol Anaste. Or something like that. Arrows along the spine, the child cried, sheltered by his form. Talem Falandin Anasol Anaste. Bloodwing. They ended up changing the name of it because apparently you could re-roll at some point. You could use chaos on it just to re-roll the name, and it would keep the stats or something. They changed it eventually to Dragon something or another. But yeah, it was crazy. On the video, the guy put in what it would take, what the path of crafting said that it would take to craft it, and it was something ridiculous. It was like 657 million chaos orbs or something. It was stupid. It's like winning the lottery type odds for crafting that bow. Yeah, crazy. I mean, I think I'd rather win the lottery, but I'll have to link the video if I can. I can just find it from my my history. What? That was glowing, and now it's not. What the crap? Did it already count or something? Players of Eternity. Yeah, it's on my playlist too. It looks pretty good. I started it up at one time. I didn't have enough time to really get into it, so I only played it a couple hours. I like the beginning of it though. Seems to have potential. I need to try it out some more. Nice RPG that plays a lot like Baldur's Gate and Divinity games. Alright, I guess we're going down. Whoa, not that way. Finish base of the drop. Oh, you're talking about the one, yeah, the one that you showed me the screenshot of. Got distracted by other things like Ark. Ark is very addicting. It takes forever. I should show people the house I built in Ark someday. I've never played Ark on stream, but just played it with my wife. I built her a dinosaur mansion. It's crazy. It took forever. Excited for Ark 2 though. Hope it's good. All we know about Ark 2 is it has Vin Diesel. That's it. That's all I know. Voice acting in both Pillars of Eternity. So when I played Pillars of Eternity, there wasn't a lot of voice acting in it. I think I played it if it either had early access or when it very first came out. So I'm guessing they must have added more voice to the game after the fact. You play the other game? Yeah, same with us. We actually, so because I have because I have two computers set up, one for the stream and one for playing games, what I was able to do is when I wasn't on stream, I was able to use the stream PC as a server host. And so I had a private server for my wife and I, and yeah, we just played. We had like rates increased by like 8-fold or something like that. That way it wasn't ridiculous with only 2 people. And we just played and did whatever we wanted on Ark. It was a lot of fun. We were playing it blindly, so we would just explore stuff. We had no idea where anything was. A lot of fun just discovering the world, and we didn't know what dinosaurs or any of the creatures in the game were, so coming across those, like, I remember the first time we saw raptors, for instance. I figured there were raptors in the game, but the first time we found an otter, we had no idea there were otters. My wife really likes otters. It's a lot of fun. You're on place for it. You rent a server at 50x breeding. That's fast. But yeah, as long as you're having fun. What should you play next between Pillars 2 or Wasteland 3? Alright, so we can continue on down there. Let's see if there's anything else around this loop. Max difficulty and mostly official. Yeah, we did up the difficulty so that we get really high level dinosaurs. It makes it a lot harder. But it's nice being able to capture things that are like over 100 as well. Naught but blood and torn flesh, but a mother knows her child. Soren Falendin in a soul. In Oste. Andraste?
The wards are working.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with Ark. I haven't played it in a while. She and I were actually talking about it yesterday. All right, 2 more to go. Excuse me, sir, but your buttocks is showing. You guys ever seen an elven butt crack? There you go. Take it in. Take it all in. It's the first elven butt crack I've seen. You ask what happened to Arlathan. Sadly, we do not know. Even those of us who keep the ancient lore have no records of what truly happened. What we have are accounts of the days before the fall and a fable of the whims of the gods. The human world was changing even as the elves slept. Clans and tribes gave way to a powerful empire called Tevinter, which, and for what reason we do not know, moved to conquer Elvenon. When they breached the great city of Arlathan, our people, fearful of disease and loss of immortality, chose to flee rather than fight. With magic, demons, and even dragons at their behest, the Tevinter Imperium marched easily through Arlathan, destroying homes and galleries and amphitheaters that stood for ages. Our people were corralled as slaves, and human contact quickened their veins till every captured elf turned mortal. The elves called to their ancient gods, but there was no answer. As to why the gods didn't answer, our people left only a legend. They say that Finn Harel, the Dreadwolf and Lord of Tricksters, approached the ancient gods of good and evil and proposed a truce. The gods of good would remove themselves to heaven, and the lords of evil would exile themselves to the abyss. Neither group ever again to enter the other's lands. But the gods did not know that Finn Harel had planned to betray them, and by the time they realized the Dreadwolf's treachery, they were sealed in their respective realms, never again to interact with the mortal worlds. It is a fable, to be sure, but those elves who travel the beyond claim that Finn Harel still roams the world of dreams, keeping watch over the gods lest they escape from their prisons. Whatever the case, Arlathan had fallen to the very humans our people had once considered mere pests. It is said that the Tevinter magisters used their great destructive power to force the very ground to swallow Arlathan whole, destroying aeons of collected knowledge, culture, and arts. The whole of elven lore left only to memory. Let's go to Ashlak. Welcome in. Someone in Summon Granny. It's like my dear old granny used to say when I would have friends over. She would look at them in the eye and say,
"You guys ever seen an elven butt crack?"
Granny was losing it on those late years. So this is like the Library of Alexandria sort of thing, but like the elven version. I'm doing all right. I thought I was gonna have to stop streaming because we were having some Twitch server issues, but it seems like we've resolved them by connecting to a different server. So things are going all right now. Thanks, Finn. This leads back to the Emerald Graves, so we don't want to go there. Frail, faltering in the darkness, though imperfect, her voice a balm. Calm like a balm. Sarah, break into this ancient room. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate you. So, it just loops to here. It's just if you don't have someone that's strong enough to break the door or the wall down, but you have a thief to open a locked door, I guess, is why they did that. That way you don't miss out on that if you have a different character, I suppose. Unless you have a party full of mages. I guess you're just screwed. Not better than what we have going on right now, but a new type of shield. Oh, that light goes off that way. Okay. We'll explore over there too, but let's get this first. Number 8. Did you put anything back here, developers? Fine. What about the other side? That would be a real nice place for a treasure chest. Almost as good as behind a waterfall. The game breaks the fourth wall a little bit. Well, Sarah did anyway. There was actually a waterfall with treasure behind it. And when we saw the waterfall, she started talking about, it's like, how there's always treasure behind the waterfall. So this is just a way back up to where we were. Let's see where this goes. This poor guy. He couldn't get any other job. He needed to feed his family. The Venatori were around. They were looking for recruits. They were paying well. He decided to sign up. He talked to them about it. They're like, oh, don't you worry. You're just going to be... It's a boring job. You're just going to be guarding this random room in an old temple. There's nothing there. We just want you to stand around there. We'll pay you. It'll be enough for your family to eat. And then we come around this corner and we just murder him without asking questions. This poor family. They don't have any income. We truly are a monster. Murder hobos unite. Let's go even badge Rogabin. Instead of Venatori stalker. Sad times. Whoa, what was it? What was that? It was like some weird loading jump. All right. This guy attacked us first, so it's fair game. I don't know what he was thinking, though. Is there a rogue here? Look at that. Pineapple predicted the Venatori stalker. It's literally his name. I mean, that was what was in the other room too, so not hard. Why is my boy pulsing? What? Who's pulsing? Is my in-game? Yeah, we're still wearing stripper clothes, yeah. An orange pulse around him? Like right now or during combat? You might be seeing one of the buffs. We have rolling. How's it going? Booger, welcome in.
This is it.
I don't see an orange glow around him.
Left here.
Do you guys see an orange glow around my character? Oh, you're talking about this. On the ground, not my actual character. I got you. On the ground, yeah. It's like, you crazy. You need to adjust your colors. This is the search function. So I think it's kind of a dumb mechanic in a lot of ways. We talked about it a little bit, but basically if you hit V, it reveals what you can loot. Some of them are going to be completely hidden and you won't know that they're there until you hit V to discover them. So what you end up doing is you literally just walk around spamming that button so that you don't miss any secret loot. Yeah, it's like a ground pulse. Highlight search items. Yeah. So I don't even think about it anymore. I'm just like hitting the button with my thumb as I go everywhere. Oh, was I supposed to light these in a certain order? Like echolocation, yeah. But as you can see, it even it basically shows all interactables. So it's showing the ladder, shows this torch we threw down. It just reveals all interactables, including completely hidden ones. Loot farming time. I'm just gonna keep lighting them. Whoops. Whoops. Tab targeted that guy over there. Search radius, so you have to use it less. Response. You can get that on the Inquisition tree also. But how's it going, Craig? Yeah, it's just become a habit that my thumb is on that V key and I just push it. So at this point, it's whatever. I kind of wish it didn't. Oh, did I leave the torch? I did. I kind of wish it didn't have the sound. Just make it a toggle. Yeah, the thing is, though, there's like some things are like literally buried and you can't see them being interactable unless you use it. But the mod is super far and can see through walls. It does sound nice. Light it. Solus, we haven't used potions in forever. What are you doing? Oh, there's a revenant. Okay, that makes sense. This is single player, yeah. Single player. So you control all these. You can either switch to them and give them commands in like this top-down mode and tell them what to do, or you can literally play as them. They have their own stats, gear, skill trees, all that good stuff. And there's a lot of characters you can pick from to use. And then the AI will take over whoever you're not playing based on the rules that you've set up for the AI. Interesting. S-Watch Guard. It's actually not as good as the crafted one that we already have. It would have been awesome at level 12, but we're here kind of late. No war table waiting. I can see that one being really useful for people that are not playing like I am. Since I'm playing it once a week, the really long ones, I don't really care. Like I put them on and then, you know, they're going to be done by the next stream. But yeah, if you're just playing, like this is your main game that you're playing yourself just to get through. There was a war table thing that was like 40 hours or something. It's like, so let's better use a potion. All right, so lighting all those dropped. Okay, what is this? Cry for the past, it shall claim us all. For here rest our saviors newly slain, others lie beyond our reach, so we remember. Let the true name burn away and enter Dinan Hanen, the place where glory ends. Andral, whose song inspired Soren with bow in hand, Siona, who kept the bridge, Talem, who saved the child, Rin, who led them out, Ilan, who kept watch, Elandrin, whom we betrayed. A blank space follows the names as if more were to be carved. The flow. Yeah, yeah. The death of Elendrin. Elendrin, our brother. Falendin guide you. Maker guide you. Let here the truth be kept, lest you be remembered a traitor, or our sorrows seem a passing woe. Though you swore to serve our people, there were those questioning your heart. Too often had we fought with humans along our borders until the beginning was lost to memory. Rumors of an abduction stirred. As always, their chantry was swift to spread lies. In haste and anger, they killed Siona's sister for wandering too near the hunter's path. You carried her body back to us. You mourned with us. Yet, your heart was distracted. Siona begged for vengeance, and you turned away. More and more, you vanished without word or explanation. When whispers rose that you would swear yourself to their maker, we feared what would come. Siona sought to save you, to bring you back to us. She had lost a sister. Must she also lose a brother? Beneath the trees, she saw you with a woman. Excuse me. The one who turned you from us. The woman gestured toward the village. You and she turned to gaze upon the chantry's walls. Siona returned. She told us how humans were turning you against us, how their lies must have filled you. As a loyal servant to the Maker's cause, you betray our secrets. When we went to ask if there was truth in this, you were already gone. So we sought to stop you. With haste, Siona led her people to the village. There we would challenge you. There we would bring you back to us, or to justice. In the dim of a moonless night, she saw Siona through the trees. She raced towards Siona, a cry on her lips and something in her hand. Siona's arrow flew, so the woman fell. The name Elendrin dying on her lips, daisies slipping from her grasp. The men of the village suspected the girl's flight and heard the scream. They fell upon the elves, but were no match. Siona's haste surpassed your own. You knelt beneath the tree's blood-soaked petals, clinging to your clothes from a final embrace. Where more humans came, you would not be moved, and they would not listen. Their arrows found your heart, and you fell beside her. We found your body in the river, where they cast you aside. She was taken by her own. It was not the end, but your part is past. Rest now as our honored brother once more, a wreath of daisies at your brow. The letter she carried in your hands. Whoever guides you, whoever guides her, may your souls meet once more in the beyond. Faded blood stains the letter. So here's the actual letter. This is one of the longer ones. It's kind of crazy though. Maker, ship these flasks for me. Adeline, you got your white gloves on? What care have I for gods I have never seen, for a maker I do not know? Let others distract themselves with such lofty concerns. I know only this life. I have seen only this world, and I care only for you. Perhaps your priestess distrusts the sincerity of uncivilized elves. If she must hear me say I will follow the Maker, so be it. Your God intercedes as much as ours. My life will not change. I will return in 2 weeks' time. My heart longs for you till then, and will remain with you forever after. We got like a Romeo and Juliet sort of thing, basically. Kind of. Doing the Exalt Shard vendor recipe with bad base influence gear. What's the recipe? I didn't know that one. Oh, I have my email open. Whoops. I had to open my email to get a recovery code on the server sim. It's not high level. So is it like a set of influence gear, like kind of how the chaos recipe is, or?
It's an account of the Red Crossing. When the elves attacked that town, it prompted the exalted march of the Dales.
We should give this to the Dalish. They have a claim to it.
I imagine the Chantry would be interested in it as well.
So I'm really glad we found this area and we did this quest, because I remember saying a week or two ago that I really wondered what happened with this Red Crossing thing, what the true story was. And we actually read something, maybe it was a Jenna TV book or something at some point that was like, the truth may never be known or something like that. But now we have the direct account. So it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet sort of thing, right? And this guy was like, you know what? If I have to tell them that I believe in your religion, believe in the Maker and all this, and swear loyalty to them, I don't really. But I'm going to say that so they'll let us be together. And they died. They died for it. Anyway. Pretty cool that we got to figure out the ending of that. Excuse me. Stop attacking. Where's that extra way out? Same as gas wind, all the same influence. An ID'd is 4 shards. ID'd is 2. How many shards for an exalt? Is it 10? Is there nothing down here? Is this only... I guess this is only used to get back up. Fall down. It's kind of weird. Get out of my way, Solus. Yeah, I guess that's all this is. All right. 20. Yeah. That's good to know, though. So I'll just throw any... It doesn't have to be all from the same influence, right? Any influence gear at all. So I'll just throw any influence gear I get unidentified straight into, like, the dump tab or something. I didn't know about that one. Chicken Alfredo. I like chicken Alfredo. My wife absolutely hates it. She finds it, like, literally repulsive. It makes her queasy to see it. Like Alfredo sauce to dip, like at Olive Garden or something, to dip breadsticks in or something. She would not. She wouldn't be able to have it near her at the table. She hates it. Can't imagine that. It's kind of like how people can't imagine how I don't like coffee. I was talking about the other day where people are like, what happened? Did you have an incident with coffee? Were you tortured with coffee as a child? It's like, no, I just don't like it. Claw, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry you can't type. Only the first Wednesday. Because people spoil it. Come in and spoil stuff, unfortunately. I appreciate it. I think we probably got just about everything, right? So, did we get a mosaic? I don't really care. It's fine. I'm not trying to collect them all. Broccoli, vegetables are good for you, you guess? Yeah, I've been talking about how I really like broccoli now too. It was just that apparently my mom made it in a terrible way my entire life. So I thought I hated broccoli my entire life till like a year ago. Gonna do the DLC. I'm doing everything. I don't know what is DLC and what isn't. I know you mentioned it last week. What is and isn't, because I have just the full version or whatever, and it doesn't specifically say DLC in game. So I'm just doing whatever. I'm doing all the things. So yes. So Seeker Strange. Let's go up here first. We got some red lyrium. Has to be all the same influence. Only the jewelry is really something you'd miss. High level stuff you wouldn't do it with, but for the early. Gotcha. Work a little better. Deep Roads, Frostback, Trespasser. Coffee killed my mother, snuck up her and shanked her. Oh, shanked her, so like pulled down her pants. God, that's another conversation we had just the other, like a couple weeks ago too. To unflesh. Can I get up? I thought maybe I could get up there. Oh, this way if I try to charge that creature, but no. You get to live for today, Holla. But name this run. Adam does all the things. No spoiler, but Trespasser has to be done last. Done last as in like after main story of the game as well, or last out of the DLC. Thank you for not spoiling. It's going by the way, Flesh. Don't really like tea. No one understands it at all.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Yeah. I like tea. That's what I'm drinking during the stream, actually, but I can understand people not liking it.
Goodbye.
It's this weird. It's like people want other people to like and dislike the same stuff as them. A lot of people do. It's just part of human nature, I guess, but people like to commiserate about things and then as well. Like it is weird. I actually took that out of the bio thing. It used to be on the first line of the stream, like you get like a sentence or whatever. and it used to say like some adjectives about me, and it said that I hate coffee, and I'd literally get people coming in and being like, how can you hate coffee? I was gonna follow your stream, but I can't. And then they would leave. I can't follow you because you don't like coffee. It's like, all right, whatever. How old are you? Understand what people. Not a tea guy though. How's it going, Grumpy Monkey? Very last, it gives you a big warning. Okay, good. Yeah, I really like leaf juice. I don't like burned bean water, but don't like coffee, unsub. Your dog had surgery. No complications. Staying at the vet. What kind of surgery, if you don't mind me asking? That's sad. But they needed a brutally strong honey liquor, reminiscent of warm summer days. Apple blossoms on the wind with an unexpected aftertaste. Or father going off to war, never to return. Bitter, to say the least. That's like, I don't really care for alcohol very much either. Like, there's a few drinks that are fine, but I'm not like a big drinker and stuff. And I get people all the time with that too. Like, oh, is it okay if I talk about alcohol? Do you have an alcohol problem? It's like, no, I just don't like liquor. I barely knew her. I was like, I just don't really care for it. They're like, oh, it's okay. Is it bringing up some AA meeting that you wanted to hide? No. But people always like want a reason for not liking something. I don't know why. Born with torn ligaments in her back legs. If it wasn't detected, she would have gone limp. It's a good thing they found out. Or that you guys found out. 41 months down the drain. If you don't drink, it's always that you must be religious. I'm not going to go into any religious discussion, but I will tell you that where I'm originally from, many of the people, and again, I'm not saying any opinion on it, many of the people there that are drinking all the time, that are just drunk every single day, just blackout drunk every day, are the ones that are preaching literally like Bible quotes and stuff to me when I was a kid and a teenager. That's all I'm saying. It's your wife too. You asked, does it make you sick? No, I really just don't like the taste. Same for seafood. All right, let's release the ashes. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. You know, drink has nothing to do with spirituality. Yeah. No offense to all to religious people. Yeah, me either. But it's just. Just one of those weird things is, I don't know, human nature in general or something. Hey, it's for critters. Harbor blessing? I remember that. Yes, it is, and that's the point. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I get that with anything else. It doesn't really happen with other stuff. Is it drinks in particular is the big one? Because, like, I get that with coffee, right? I get that all the time with eating coffee or with alcohol. But it's not like you tell someone you don't care for mustard or something and they're not like, oh no. Do you want to talk about it? Were you abused with mustard as a child? It's like, no one ever goes there with things like condiments. It's something to do with drinks, maybe. I don't know. Love coffee, but all of a sudden in the mornings don't love the smell of it. You blame the stream and Andraste. Specifically, what part of Andraste did you blame?
One of the mages, Sandra, is off.
God, Sarah does so much damage.
Sandra will be
Yeah, thank you.
relieved.
Don't like, but there's like, it's more widely liked for like everything. Yeah. Do that ketchup mayonnaise? Yeah, I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise at all. Like, we'll use it as an ingredient for some stuff when you, like a base, when you really can't taste it or tell it's mayonnaise, you know? But like actual mayo, Like my mom loves, oh yeah, the Jim Gaffigan thing. Yeah. You don't like mayonnaise? Why? My mom loves mayonnaise on like sandwiches and on everything, just like slathered until it's dripping wet with mayo, and it just makes me nauseous looking at it. Mayonnaise and fries. Ugh. Are we done with this zone? I think we are, unless we unlock other things. We actually have that. It's just a visual bug. When I was young, my mom made me eat coffee grounds for lunch every day. Hang on. There's one more landmark, and it looks like there's a little bit of fog of war here, and that's probably the landmark. So let's go check this out. It looks like we might have finished the zone completely. There's obviously a chance that we get another war table thing and opens up another area in here. It looks like we've done a pretty good job clearing this out. First thing you're in was before the movement, the country was largely a beer and wine drinking country. Most prohibition, or post-prohibition, more hard liquor. Did I do the East Villa? Yes. I remember the villa. Is that the one with the haunted place? Is that this zone? It's been a few weeks since we did that spot.
Yeah.
Feel like ketchup? Everyone serves mayo plus ketchup here.
Yeah.
Fries, dark preference. Yeah, for me, I'm very much like live and let live, eat and let eat, play and let play. You like it, it's not hurting someone, whatever. It's fine. Do what you want. But man, there are just some people that like, I don't know, like their entire identity is liking coffee apparently. I don't know. You don't like ketchup either. Yeah, I did the haunted thing. That was pretty cool. I like that. Unfortunately, we were over leveled when we got there, so the demon fight at the end wasn't a big deal, but alright, I gotta figure out how to get up there. Oh, a dragon. You're live and let die. We're at full potions. Let's go fight this dragon. Let me see if this is actually a landmark. I think we would have seen it on the map now if it was. Yeah, let's go fight a dragon. Fries. Yeah, it's really... Dragons in this game are friggin' awesome. They're so much better than the other Dragon Age. In like Skyrim and things like that. The dragons in this game are pretty cool. Not just graphically either. Like the fights, we've only fought 2 of them, but the fights have been really awesome too. This looks like some sort of wind-based dragon. Comments on the size, instead of on the food. Just in practice. Don't want a mayo burger with beef. Yeah, it's crazy too, the difference in like who's making the food, right? Like we'll go somewhere and my daughter is okay with like a little bit of mustard for taste, but she doesn't like love mustard, right? So they'll have the option for putting on a little bit of mustard instead, and we'll get it back. Sometimes the bun's just like soggy with it. It's like, I guess it just depends on the worker. Maybe that worker really likes mustard. Dragon Dogma? Yeah, I still haven't played that either. These appear to be the scribbled notes of a scholar named Erwin Cavey. The elements have ruined most of the writing. Many times have I sought information on the Dalish, only to find that it is, once again, a tale told by Keeper Gisharel of the Ralafaran clan. We can't have one keeper from years ago be our sole source of knowledge on the Dalish. There must be other voices in the Dalish clans. Other perspectives that the elves cannot all be as hostile as most would. A dark smear obscures the writing. Conclude that it is our prejudice speaking when we repeat these damaging untruths. When I return, the university will finally acknowledge my contribution to Thedosian history. Ferdinand Genitivi. Man, that guy is so prolific. We had some quests involving him in Origin that we've talked about before, but who knew that Genitivi was so prolific? Remarkably difficult to locate. I'm walking in circles, but take heart, Erwin. This is all for a good cause. There must be someone in this forest who can point me to the Dalish. Well, the Imperium didn't come down and annihilate it. You just order burgers, plain, but your own stuff. Sorry, my hand slipped. Subway's the worst. For me, Subway always seems really... I haven't been in a while, but they usually seem really stingy about the sauces and stuff, which I would prefer to tell them more. But like when you get the Chipotle sauce and they put like a one tiny line down the middle, I'm like, excuse me, I'm not snorting it. I need you to, you know, do the S pattern. At least get the sauce on every part. So he was so prolific they named genitalia after him. A molecular line, yeah. Whoa. All right, let's do it. All right, I do not know what this dragon's gonna do. We are gonna spread out a little bit. I'm guessing it has that wing move that the others ones have had. Okay, so we need to bring people in towards the wings during this move. It's done. Let's get them back out. Let's go ahead and start moving these two a little bit closer for the wing move when it pops up. Not that close. Okay, we got the wing move. Move in. Sarah's stunned? Is that a bug or is she like debuffed, I wonder? What? She's bugged. She's not doing anything. Crap, man. That's why the dragon's dying so slowly, I think. We've had that happen before, too. I wonder if I can make her, like... There we go. Get back here. God, this dragon has so much health. It's a really cool dragon too, though. Man, it's a long fight. This seems tankier than the other ones. We need to bring you guys closer again, because if he does the wing thing over here, you're way too far away. I'll catch up in the chat after this. So, you know, like another hour or something. Alright, let's do the wing move. We've used very little potions thanks to preempting this wing attack. You guys need to back out now, though. Oh, get the head, get the head. Dragon hoped we were using the Chicago servers. guys are really far away again. Blackwall's on his way. Holy crap. I mean, the dragon's almost dead, but could still kill us if we get in one of those wing attacks or whatever. Alright. Yep, there it is too. Start moving at just the right time. Well, they're gonna take some damage from this one. But we did it! A dragon with no one dying.
Did you see those trees? They're gigantic.
Got an achievement. Sauce they have. Yeah. Not starting it. What's the problem? Doing it wrong. Only chain the whole country live in. You miss fast food and coffee shops. Wait, which country are you in now, Aspen? I don't know if I asked you. I know we were talking about some laws and stuff where you lived last stream, but I can't remember if I asked you. Pull a dragon. They would lurk. The magnitude of fighting a dragon is well presented. Yeah, yeah. Dragon Age Extinction. All right. Caught up. In war victory. It's a unique light armor with melee defense, stagger on being hit, and 20 health. Gift of the Talons, so unique dagger. Not using any one of those right now. There's a chance to use hidden blades on a hit with 3 added hits, flank damage. Helm of the Inquisitor. 9% healing bonus, 34 to max health, 6% melee defense. I had to put that on Blackwall. Screw Blackwall, I get the new helmet. No, I don't really need it. Oh, I'm like on fire in this freaking room. About Trine 1 through 4, $13. Trine's good, yeah. I haven't played the newest one. Oh god, I'm like sweating like crazy in this stupid room. Pretty zone. The zones hold up well age. I can't believe this game's 7 years old. Yeah, it's not like obviously cutting edge graphics, but it's aged really well. All right, what helm are you using? What have we done to you? That's not your helmet, by the way. What have we done to Blackwall? Look, he was a respected, highly decorated. Actually, he has like medals of honor and stuff. A Grey Warden as well. And look, we have him out here with his nipples out and some like hippie helmet on. Helm of the Inquisitor. So he loses 2 armor, but he gets max health and melee defense. Loses a little bit of range defense as well. Loses cunning, which you don't really care about. Whoa, this is a long excerpt for it being on an item. The last leader of the original Inquisition went by the name Meridan, a renowned dragon hunter conscripted into the order for his heroic reputation as well as his skills as a warrior. Records of the era paint him either as a passionate man determined to do his part to restore order, or as a man of faith, ultimately uninterested in the intricacies of leadership, but willing to do what he could for the greater good. A close friend of Cordelis Dracon, the Orlesian emperor, responsible for the Chantry's creation. Meridan vanished soon after the Inquisition's dissolution. Some believe he went on a failed dragon hunt. I believe those people are correct. Others say he dropped out of sight so as to not overshadow the newly created Templar Order. Whatever the truth, despite an extensive search ordered by the Emperor, he was never seen again. I crafted these. This is good armor. It's just it doesn't look great. Yeah, I think overall it's probably going to be better. At least he's not wearing that laurel thing anymore. Poor Blackwall. Okay, yeah, and there's the last landmark. It seems like there's usually a landmark behind the dragon. 3rd dragon down. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this zone. This has been my favorite zone altogether. So far. Both like the scenery, but also I like the lore in the zone. It's just all been really good. Twisted tree. The tree on the hill made me deeply uneasy. I chose not to camp there, even though the view was something to behold. Later on, at a tavern in Ville Montevellin, I heard the tale. Before the Dales were conquered, elves would capture humans who trespassed and string their heads from the branches of that twisted tree. We got a tier 3 dagger grip. Kind of nice. There's just a guy over here with a unique bow. Nice. Ornate longbow. Called Longshot. Not better than Sarah's. Sarah has some really good stuff going on right now. She's hitting like a truck. She hit that dragon egg there for 3,800 or something. Yes, it is friggin' hot in here. Are you done with your working at the moment? Can you leave the door open then so I'm not gonna die? What? Maybe not. I don't know. We saved some in the fridge, but I don't know if it's enough. So we can do something else then. I'm being noodles. Not to be confused with canoodles. Everrites. Oh yeah, I saw that. Done, done, done. Ah, my wife's done with her editing for today, so I can have the door open. I can let some cool air in here. No longer playing from a sauna. So yeah, we've done everything in the zone that we can do right now. We got all the Asteriums. All the rifts are shut. Got all the landmarks. Done all the quests that we have. Got all the camps. Nice. We actually finished the zone. Again, we might open other stuff there at some point. But for now, let's head back to Skyhold. We still haven't talked to everyone since our last major story quest. So we'll probably go to the war table. We'll probably talk to at least one person and get any new stuff they have to say instead of having them all build up again. Maybe we'll go talk to Cassandra. I haven't talked to her in a while. Versus Steam. Is there anything to try? Streaming from a sauna. I don't think the electronics do a very good job. Man. Yeah, it's hot in here. This room gets probably like 20 degrees hotter. So all the electronics and stuff. We have a thing to go talk to Cullen, so we should talk to him as well. How am I going to make Iron Bull wait for my romance? All right. Here's the thing. I know I've been saying it every week, but I was thinking about it today. I think I am, like, off stream. I'm going to look at my talent tree and figure out what I want to do if I were to spec into a tanking role. I think I'm going to finally spec into a tanking role, even if we end up going back to this one for a few weeks, so that I can take more people, alternate more people going out with us without, like, stacking our team in a detrimental way. So that we can learn more about, like, Iron Bull, because I know nothing. He's been in the party one time this playthrough. That's it. Some waterproof hardware. Yeah. I would not want to do that. It's hot enough in here as is. I don't need it being steamy. Let's see. So we got 2 of them have returned to celebrate the dragon slaying. Such sheen to our scales, a beauty indeed. Your gift will allow my imagination to take flight. Oh, such things I have dreamed of crafting for so long. In return, Heron will send all my collected notes, a bit scattered perhaps, but maybe your own smiths will find them of use. A superb amulet of willpower. Maybe that'll be good for Solus. Sister Liliana. Our agents entered Lord Enzo's home, where they discovered several pieces of correspondence connecting Enzo to the Venatori. Worse, it seems Enzo did more than buy into their philosophy. He's been arranging to send volunteers to Red Lyrium mines, as they took these people from Rialto's poorer, more unfortunate residents. Few noticed the disappearances. Our agents were prepared to confront Enzo with evidence, but he failed to return. We have since learned that he hired a ship to Hercynia in the Free Marches. Hey, Free Marches, that's where I'm from. It seems unlikely that Enzo knew of our presence, but something spooked him. Mason. Liliana has written a note below. Have our agents track Lord Enzo to the Free Marches. His work for the Venatori must not continue. Let us pray the trail does not run cold. So we opened up a new operation, an offer from the Crows, the Antivan Crows, and we learned how to make a Masterwork imbued staff grip. Okay, so both of those are back. We can send them out on other missions. An offer from the Crows. Let's just keep going with this one. Oh, it's not going to take any time at all. A letter delivered to Skyhold. Its sender claims to be a member of the Antivan Crows, an infamous guild of assassins. We encountered your agents in Hercynia. It seems the Inquisition and the Crows share a target. Our employer bears no love for Lord Enzo due to, well, let's just say it's a personal matter. Of course, I imagine your motivations have more to do with the Mans to Vinter friends. You know the Venatori. We know Enzo. Why compete for the man? Lend us your knowledge and the job will be done far more quickly. You eliminate an enemy, our employer removes a political rival, and we get paid. A happy ending for all involved. Cooperating with the Antivan Crows works to our advantage. They have more knowledge of Enzo, and we gain contacts. Yeah, I'm definitely sending them. Do we really want to get tangled up in the Crows? Shut up, Cullen. We need to shelter a criminal? No. Free March is a big place, man. There's lots of families and minor kingdoms and stuff over there.
Let's see
I
what
might be a free marcher, but I'm not condoning that one. Revenge of the Merchants Guild. The Arl's Invitation. Measure the Veil strength. $15 hours. You have activated a number of the elven artifacts used to detect the magical energies of the Veil. Individually, such readings have been helpful. If we can coordinate measurements of all the artifacts simultaneously, however, I believe we may be able to uncover rifts that may not have been opened yet. I've drafted a proposal for how we might use Inquisition mages across Orlais and Ferelden to activate these artifacts in a coordinated fashion. Do you think that it might be useful? Soulless. Is that the new shut up, Wesley? I can deploy soldiers with the mages to ensure their safety. Yeah. So I guess that's something we'll look into next week when he's back. So let's go empty our inventory and talk to Cullen. And I would like to talk to Cassandra too, I think. High and Hardtown, right? It's a good name. All right. To the Undercroft. Okay, let's see. You picked up, we got quite a bit of epic stuff as we were out, but the epic stuff that's not good, I still save it. I don't know why. Just a collector, you know? Also like reading the information on them. The lore. Excuse me. $63,000 monies. right. Mall of Tacitus. Tacitus of Valerius served as imperator of the Tevinter legions for all of the blood-soaked reign of Archon Tadarian. It was rumored that the maul he carried had broken so many priests of the old gods that their blood forever fused it with their spite, so that no one should ever stand before the weapon that had felled them. Tacitus. That's kind of a cool name. Tacitus. Maybe it's just because it reminds me of Tassadar. And I like StarCraft so much. What is this one? Death Ward. The staff is marked with symbols that loosely translate to ever forward, ever deathward. It was the motto of a more Talatasi sect that saw popularity during the formative years of the Navaran fascination with death. Its members are said to be the first, though whether in research or in application is lost to history. Gift of the Talons. Assassins who achieve the rank of Talon in the Antivan Crows receive a dagger from the Guildmaster, who orders them to kill a target with that blade alone. The more unusual and difficult the target, the greater the omen for their future in guild leadership. More than one Talon has never returned. Long shot. This magical bow has always ended up with archers skilled enough to use it, and always in a crisis where it is most needed. This... Did we find a different long shot? Can you find more than one of the same epic? Where was I? This pleases the bow because otherwise life would be boring, even for a bow. I swear we found that before. Over the ages, which is this? Estwatch Guard. Over the ages, Estwatch Guards have defended their eastern outposts from both pirates and Quinari, and were defeated only once by a massive Quinari invasion in 770 Storm Age. After joining a successful Orlesian attack to retake the island, they were awarded the emblem emblazoned on their shields ever since. Oh, I wish there was like a search feature. There's probably a mod for that too. I'm not using any mods, so. Maybe I was thinking of Farslayer? Yeah, maybe. Far, long, they're almost the same thing. All right, Cullen. Cullen is up on the rampart-ish area, I believe. He has like his own. He's in the like guard tower or something near the ramparts on the front gate. That goes to the Undercrofts. It's the easiest way to get to you. And then what is that? Oh, that's just the war room. Okay. Well, there's stairs in the courtyard that go right up there. Alright. Guess that's the way we're going. Oh my god, I haven't talked to Varric in forever also.
Oh, plenty. No one.
Alright, Varric. Looks like I'm talking to you.
Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
You said he was a Darkspawn or a Magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a Darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a Magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry tale.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
How did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carta clan. Made them drink Darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked the Carta to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
There has to be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it, don't worry.
I hope you're right. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
You had nothing to do with this, Varric.
I was the one who led Hawk to Corypheus. If I hadn't tracked the Carta to that ruin. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you want something shot.
Will do. Do you have anything else to say? We're gonna talk to you after the main story, other main story quest.
Is this a bad time? I can come back.
No, it's all right. Bills are really not that engrossing. I've been meaning to come talk to you anyhow. I never officially joined the Inquisition. I don't know how to do this disciplehood thing. I'm a businessman. Never really followed a chosen one before.
I don't need a disciple. I need a friend.
If you knew how intimidating you are, you wouldn't make it sound so simple. You just don't know what you are to the people out there. The Herald of Andraste is a symbol bigger than any of us.
What am I to you then?
None of this shit makes any sense to me. Is this the end of the world? Did Andraste send you through the breach? I have no idea. You heard the crowd singing after Haven was attacked?
Sure did. Please don't sing.
Whatever I am to Thedas, I'm still just an ordinary person.
So, just a regular person, like anybody else. Right.
That's right.
I should probably get back to work. Unless, you up for a game of Wicked Grace?
A game of Wicked Grace.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered.
Yeah, we haven't talked to him in a long
Also
time, so
inclined toward extravagant lies.
we'll go through his conversations right now, and then we need to hit Cullen up, and then I'll probably save
Someone to
Cassandra
talk
until
your
we get
ear
back
off.
from whatever next
I
quest we
think
do.
I can oblige.
What can you tell me about this Corypheus?
I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll answer what I can.
How did you first encounter him?
A few years back, I was dealing with some trouble from a Carta clan that went rogue. They were sending assassins after the Hawk family. We tracked them to a rune in the Vimarks.
Basically, he
It turned
told
out
us
to be
this
a
in that
trap.
cutscene just a second ago.
Once you went far enough into the rune, there was a magic barrier that kept you from going back. The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful darkspawn.
I've never heard of wardens locking up Darkspawn. Why wouldn't they just kill him and be done with it?
I don't think they could. From what we saw in there, Corypheus can control Wardens somehow. They couldn't attack him. The Wardens locked him up because there was nothing else they could do.
He looks like some sort of blighted creature, but he speaks. What is he
That's
exactly?
kind of what I was thinking, yeah.
The Wardens who imprisoned him thought he was just a darkspawn. But you heard him ranting. He claims he's a magister. One who assaulted the Golden City, what, more than 1,000 years ago? It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth, he's one of the people who caused the blights.
You and Hawk both said before he was supposed to be dead.
He was dead. We killed him. The only way for us to escape the prison Corypheus was trapped in was to go through him. We weren't going to just leave the door to his prison open behind us and hope he was dead. We made sure.
All right, I think that's enough about Corypheus.
No problem.
All right, I gotta log my daughter in really quick. next time, though. You right over there? Or just standing there, I don't know, like staring off.
What can I do for you, Inquisitor?
Alright. It's good.
Carry
Good
on.
enough. To Cullen. Wait, who's this?
Hello, honored Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhall. Did my part on the walls. Now I'm on this strange collection you've brought us. Don't know its worth to the fight exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Where did you learn your skills?
Orzammar. Carved a few statues in my day. And before you ask, yes, I chose to leave. I carved a paragon who turned out to be a sodding madwoman. Couldn't stand looking at it. The memory of a dwarf, right?
Any ideas about the origins of these reliefs?
To Vinter, early. It's in the tool marks, the grain. That's hard dust mined from the 100 Pillars, if I know anything. Oh, I suppose the scene is probably full of Tevinter robes, too.
The 100 Pillars?
Damnedest things. Massive spires that aren't stone. It's like a mortar. Don't know more than that. Strong, though.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what. You finish one, and I'll write it up. Who better, right? A good dwarven perspective.
Oh boy.
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
Alright, on our way to Cullen. We get up over here? I think we can get up over here. Hearing ducks? Do we have ducks in our keep? Oh yeah, keep an eye out for more copies of those books too. Random door. Alright, Cullen, what's up?
The smugglers we interrogated gave up the Red Templar's main source of red lyrium, Inquisitor. It's located in the Dales, near a town called Sarnia. Destroying the mine there will cripple Samson's operations.
In the Dales, you say?
Excellent work, Commander. I'll investigate the mine.
Destroying the Red Templar's source of lyrium will be a loss Samson won't soon forget.
Can I come all the way up here? Did you say this? Can't people come to me?
As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
Whatever it is, I'm willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
You stopped?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
Why are you doing this?
After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
Man.
Thank you for telling me. I respect what you're doing.
Thank you, Inquisitor. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
I'm the Inquisitor. Let me go run errands for the command. Yeah, exactly. We should be just sitting on the throne.
Happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace.
Be a pretty boring game, though.
Gossip and backstabbing, I know what the game entails, but the indifference to it all.
I didn't care for it myself.
I shouldn't be surprised. The Chantry can be the same. Their politics are less extravagant, but just as heated. The Empress rules a country. The Divine influences half a continent.
You and the Red Templar's leader seem to have personal history.
When I arrived in Kirkwall, Samson and I shared quarters. He seemed a decent man at first. Knight Commander Meredith later expelled Samson for erratic behavior. He ended up begging on Kirkwall streets.
Wow.
He was reinstated at the champion's request, but he was still bitter, still angry. Now Samson serves Corypheus as his loyal general.
Why do you think Samson joined Corypheus?
He had a chronic lyrium addiction. He spent every last coin buying it from local smugglers. Perhaps Corypheus flattered his vanity, gave him purpose as well as lyrium. Perhaps that's all it took.
Sounds like Samson had a miserable life.
The Order expelled him, but he had choices. He could have found another path. I don't understand how he became so powerful. Even with red lyrium, Samson's glory days are long behind him. Was there something you needed?
Slaying one of the leaders in the field. It's so funny to Red Errands. Yeah, like we have to be the one out there closing the rifts, right? So, well, some of these other things, like, yeah. Can you be a deer and go spread my beloved's ashes on the other side of the country? Absolutely. I don't have anything better to do. It's not like I'm trying to save the world from ending. Can you find my lost cattle? Abso-friggin-lutely.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
What would you like to know?
It's a lot of
Why did you
information.
join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. But I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
13? That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
Cattle, ashes, romances. That's why the world falls apart. So. I skin my knee. Can you kiss it and make it better? Absolutely. What else is an Inquisitor for?
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
Do the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates, or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
You've made it clear that you consider mages a threat.
Any mage can be. I won't pretend otherwise. I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
Origin, if your character was female mage, Cullen had a major crush on you. It's kind of weird, especially with how he's talking about mages throughout this one. That's right.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's harrowing, for instance.
The harrowing was a pretty interesting thing in
Most
Origins
of
as
the time
well.
You merely maintain a presence on patrol
Kinda crazy.
or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Kind of forgot about the harrowing stuff. We've seen some stuff in Kirkwall.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but
Yeah, I mean, it's no
Templars are
wonder
supposed to
he's
maintain
deciding not
certain
to
distance
take
from their
lyrium
children.
after the events in
If a mage is
Kirkwall.
possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded.
I guess is
And
part of
course,
that.
Ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Dragon Age 2. Yeah, I did. So I ended up not playing through the second one. I did all of Origin, and then I'm gonna do all this one. For the second one, I ended up watching like a this 20-minute like recap thing, and then I also read basically the storyline. I just didn't have time to play it before I wanted to start this one. A lot of people were saying that it was the worst of worst out of the three anyway. That I wasn't really missing all that too much. So I did end up getting the story of it. I just didn't experience the story of it.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
It does seem like
You were a model student.
I wanted to be.
it would be nice to have
successful.
not only
Watching a candle burn
Cullens with
down
like
while
Hawk and
reciting
stuff
the
like that.
chant of transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. I admit, my mind sometimes wanders.
Would be a bit richer had I played the second one instead of just read through, but
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages, that sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
you liked the second one. There are issues of level design mainly, or especially. You did still like the story though.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Should
Yeah,
you
I've-
require anything, I'll be here.
I basically heard the gameplay of the second one is the worst of the three. And that the story itself wasn't as important as the first one or something. Or didn't feel as big as like the story of the Blight and stuff in the first one. But I'm sure there's lots of small things that I missed by not playing through it, obviously, and just watching the recap plus reading the plot line, but I doubt I'll ever end up going back and playing it. Oh, the War Table's already back. The Liliana one with the Antivan Crows. It only was 11 minutes, so let's go ahead and check that. There's probably another part of it that's going to be long, so I'd like to get that in before we get to the end of the stream so that by next stream we can have these three really long ones done. Next Dragon Age stream, I should say. Alright, let's see what we found here with the crows. With your knowledge of the Venatori and the crows' intelligence on Enzo, I tracked down a storehouse just outside the city. Hope you didn't want us to leave any of the Venatori alive. Sadly, Lord Enzo was not present, but he may count his life in days. Show we respect our current arrangement, an interesting trinket from our raid on the Venatori. A masterwork Mabari grip. I'm surprised there's no follow-up to that yet. Thanks from a Chantry sister. Liliana is a member of the Chantry. Inquisitor Trevelyan. You may not remember me. I stayed at Skyhold for a time and later accompanied some injured soldiers for Eldon. Our journey was more perilous than I expected, and I only lived to write this thanks to the aid of the Inquisition. I have little to offer, but if I may help the Inquisition in some small way, you have only to ask. Sister Paulette showed bravery and kindness in staying with the injured soldier. She has already done more than ask. Let her remain with her fellow sisters in peace. Some soldiers in Crestwood wish to establish a place of prayer at the keep. Sister Paulette could assist. Oh, man. Could arrange to transfer Sister Paulette to the Chantry in Dinnerum. Having a reliable ally in the capital's Chantry could prove valuable. I don't know about this one. I'm actually going to have to think. I don't know how big of a deal it will be.
I know it.
If I can help you any further.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But this one's an interesting one. I feel like this Crestwood, we won't be able to do this one until next week because he's busy for a long time. I like the Crestwood one though. Crestwood's, I mean, it's a pretty sad story that what happened in Crestwood. So helping them rebuild after the, I mean, what do you want to call it? Still call it a massacre when everyone's drowned. Anyway, the genocide of Crestwood would be nice. think that's probably the route I'm gonna go, but we can't do that until next week. Let's see about some stuff in Orlais. What do we got going on here? Hey, those impacted by the Civil War. Dorman slaves, military hands. Our researcher has been examining everything known of the draconic species, and she believes that she has a way to flush out a creature that might serve as a mount. The Dracolisk is a rarely seen beast, wary, skittish, but hardy and powerful. Certainly not a standard addition to a stable. But in what other way has the Inquisition proven itself to be standard? That was not very important, but I might do it. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Go, Liliana. Place the lures.
Let's see what we have.
I'm gonna ride on a dragon horse. I think I might wrap things up there for today. I was gonna play longer, but I don't have enough time to like start another zone really. I guess I could go ahead and get some more of the talking out of the way, but I don't really feel like it, so. Maybe I'll get back on here later, though. I'll have to see. Anyway, I had to figure out dinner for my wife and my daughter. My wife was in here earlier, telling me that apparently we don't have some of the stuff I needed to make the dinner I was going to. So you have to do work now? That's right. Put your white gloves back on. Let me go ahead and end the recording.